Welcome to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone. We're live inside Muscatine Hy-Vee on 2nd Avenue in Muscatine. Streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Now, here's Tony Tone.
Welcome to the Hy-Vee Today show. This is Tony Tone. It's Tuesday, the 1st of October, which signals the start of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. You can see this balloon right here that says things like be aware, promise, hope, cure. I like this a lot. I just saw it as I was grabbing my Starbucks keto-friendly drink. Hold on, let me make it facing the right way. As I was grabbing my Starbucks drink, marvelous. I saw these breast cancer awareness balloons along with some pink flowers in the floral department. So that's definitely something that we're going to talk a lot about this month on the show, including our guest today, which we'll get to in just a second. October 1st is here. If you can't believe it, September's gone. Here comes October. We are 30 days away from Halloween. My kids are so excited, painting pumpkins in the driveway yesterday. It looks like my driveway was graffitied. Fingers crossed that it's washable paint. My neighbor's already regretting that we moved in. These people are retired. They cut their grass all the time. I miss a week. It looks like a jungle, even though it would look normal. By all accounts, if you drove by, you'd be like, what are you talking about? These folks, pristine lawns over there. So Breast Cancer Awareness Month starts today. This has a weight on it, so it shouldn't fly away, which is good. Today is also in the store Touchdown Tuesday. And if you watch the Iowa Hawkeye football game on Saturday, they scored 48 points against Middle Tennessee, as they should have. And that means that today only, if you show this at the register, when you spend $48, we will put 48 cents on your fuel saver. So that's a fantastic deal. Some restrictions apply. Limit one discount per customer. Read the fine print. Show that at the register. $48, 48 cents. Pretty incredible. It excludes aisles online. Purchase total excludes money orders, gift cards, fuel, catering, pharmacy, alcohol, tobacco. As much as you want to just come and get $48 worth of the booze, you can't. But that's a great deal. Don't miss it, and I want you to check that out. Today's also Tuesday Burger Night here in the Market Grill Express. All of the burgers just $8, and they're fantastic. Hand-pattied burger. Mac and cheese burger, that's a fork and knife burger. Regular cheeseburger. Hand-cut fries back in the saddle. Those things are wonderful. Those are not keto-friendly hand-cut fries. But you know what? They good, boo. And sometimes you just need a little hug from unlimited hand-cut fries or tater tots, which I'm okay with tater. You know what I don't like is tater tot casserole. I'm sorry. I just can't get behind it. I know it's kind of a thing. We have it here on the menu in the kitchen sometimes, and it's not for me. I'm sorry. But, listen, God bless if you want it. And then the last thing I'll say is breakfast with Herky the Hawkeye, the official Iowa Hawkeye mascot, this Saturday right here in the Market Grill Express. That is from this week's ad in the Discover Muscatine newspaper. Herky in the house, 9 till 11. Breakfast buffet for adults, $8.99, includes a fountain drink. Cheapest breakfast buffet in town. Kids breakfast buffet, $4.99, includes a fountain drink. And if your kids are 2 and under, they can eat for free. Herky in the house. Iowa Hawkeyes on the road at Michigan in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Kickoff at 11, so you can see Herky. And then promptly at 11 o'clock, Herky will fly, make a beeline out the door for Ann Arbor to make it to the game. Herky, Chad, if we go back one more time, Herky will have a coupon that day only, Saturday only. These coupons will get you 3 Coca-Cola product 12-packs for just $8. I like a good Coke Zero every now and then. Sugar-free, no carbs. Nice. Somehow it tastes exactly like real Coke. I don't know the answer to how they do it. Herky will have these coupons or coupons, depending on how you say it. Get it from Herky. Valid only this Saturday, October 5th. Thanks to Atlantic Bottling, Coca-Cola Company. We appreciate them. It's International Coffee Day, so it's fitting that I'm sitting here. I feel bad. My guests don't have a coffee, but they're always welcome to get one if they want to. All right, let's introduce everybody that's here. Angie and Jessica are back in the saddle with Muscatine Radiology, and I feel like we have known each other for how long? Don't leave me hanging.
Long time. Long time.
Their last names are on the screen. I mean, I've really known these two for 6 years.
Yeah,
That's
about 6 years, 7 years. How old is your oldest child?
He is 7.
So at least 7 years.
That's unbelievable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And Muscatine Radiology, if you're not familiar with the location, in the Muscatine Medical
Muscatine Medical Center.
Center.
Yes.
I was going to say Plaza. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
That's okay.
Center on Cedar Street, right across from St. Mary and Matthias Catholic School on the back side. It's a wonderful place. They have the most comfortable couches ever. And I can't say enough about it. I've had 2 MRIs there on my knees. And I got to pick what music I wanted to listen to. It was very nice, but we're not here to talk about my MRIs. October 1st, Angie and Jess, Breast Cancer Awareness Month. We know for sure that breast cancer can show up anytime during the year, right? It's not just limited to October. But maybe this is a great opportunity to talk to people about getting that mammogram scheduled. So, and I know that for both of you, with what you do for a living and Angie's personal experience, that mammogram, and God forbid, if you had breast cancer, catching it early is key, right?
Right.
So I guess let's start with the ease of scheduling that mammogram, and if you're going to do it in October, seems like a good time to do it, right? Maybe you've put it off for the ladies out there.
Right. Well, for screening mammograms, meaning you don't have any issues, you can actually just call in yourself.
Sure.
And or we do have walk-ins as well, as long as you don't have Medicare, that we would need a script from a doctor.
Okay.
But you're more than welcome to wait. We can call the physician as well to try to get that.
Right, and we try to eliminate all barriers that it would take to scheduling. So even if you do need an order from a doctor, so if you're feeling pain or you are on Medicare, we will go ahead and call that physician for you and get the order faxed over, or you can hand carry that order if you don't want to go see your doctor before you come to us. We're always happy to reach out to them for you, so you can call us and we'll get you on the schedule, and then we'll actually go get that order for you.
Right.
So we're looking at the Muscatine Radiology website. As far as the technology for these mammograms, I mean, if we've been talking and been friends for 7 years, it seems like it only keeps improving.
Right.
And
Now with the 3D.
Right, with the 3D. So you talk about getting the mammogram, and as I always kind of say, if you have a couple of minutes of discomfort, but with this technology, I mean, it seems like your radiologist and everybody connected to Muscatine Radiology, they're just, the end result, they can just kind of see things so much more clearly, right? I mean, I don't know from firsthand experience, certainly, but it just kind of makes sense. Like, this technology keeps advancing and makes everybody's jobs that much easier. I mean, you're already talking about fellowship-trained radiologists. These are very smart people.
Right.
And, but just talk about that, right? I mean, they're able to get great pictures so that they can, because sometimes from what I've heard, I mean, these cancers can be very small, right?
Cancers can be as calcifications as the early breast cancer, and that's when we want to find it. It could be as like a pepper, as small as a pepper.
Jeez,
So we have the 3D. So the 2D is a one picture. The 3D is like slicing bread.
Okay.
So we can have multiple, up to 90 pictures.
Sure. And we're kind of seeing it right there on the screen, right?
So if you have a lump in the middle of your breast and you only do the 2D, it's, it could be hidden if you have fibrocystic, which is that white area on the image. If you have that, it can hide or mask something that's in the middle of your breast. So that's where the 3D becomes, a lifesaver as it slices through. On this image, it shows that it does 30 images.
Wow.
The best way I like to tell ladies when they come in, if your daughter's going to get married, do you want one picture or do you want 100 pictures?
Sure. That's a good point.
And that seems to, that makes sense.
And then, so I guess if the process is whether they walk in or had it scheduled, and ladies out there, women out there, show up to Muscatine Radiology for that mammogram, from the time they walk in and sit on the world's most comfortable couches in that waiting room,
Right.
to going back, how long, Jess and Angie, would it be until they know the results of that mammogram? Because I know that can also be part of it, is the wait with respect to any medical procedure, right? We all are very impatient. I'm incredibly an impatient person. I want to know. Because then you can get a lot of anxiety or dread. So what does that timeline look like from having the mammogram, a little bit of discomfort, to knowing, hey, clean bill of health, or we saw something, or we need to do maybe a diagnostic?
Yeah, so as long as we have your previous, we can go ahead and read them the following day.
Okay.
We have an iPad that patients fill out for the questionnaire, and they are either asked if they want a letter or if they'd like to be called as well.
Okay.
So if they want to be called, they're called that day.
Wow.
Now, if we have to wait for previous exams, usually we will wait up to a week to get those previous. If we don't have them, we'll go ahead and have them read.
It's unbelievable. And again, these radiologists are very smart people.
Yes,
and
correct.
they know what to look for, and they're just always continuously learning so
Right.
that, because that's their job, right? I mean, amongst
Right.
everything else that
Right.
they do is catching breast cancer early,
Right.
which is crucial.
Well, and one of the things that I do want to mention is we are very tuned into
Sure.
the anxiety that goes with having a diagnostic procedure. So when we have you in for your screening mammogram, once we give you your results, if we do find that we want to call you back for something, we get your diagnostic scheduled as soon as possible. You're not going to be waiting a week. You're not going to be waiting 2 weeks. We're gonna get you on the schedule as soon as possible. And then when you come in for your diagnostic mammogram, you may have to go on to a diagnostic ultrasound.
Okay.
And before you leave the clinic that day, the radiologist is going to sit down and talk to you and make sure that you understand what the next steps are,
Right.
whether you're clear or need a 6-month follow-up, or they suggest you go on to biopsy. So.
Right.
Okay, so Angie is sitting here with the Survivor sweatshirt
Yes.
on, which is awesome. And last year, I can't remember when, but you came on the show, and it was emotional, and it probably still is. But girl, you are kicking cancer's butt. So, what was the time frame for you, for folks that maybe don't know your story? Which again, I'm not putting you on the spot. I mean, you're
No,
openly.
I'm here to talk
you've
about it.
shared
Yeah.
You've shared it. I mean, it's.
She is the face of our campaign this year.
As
The
you
campaign
should be,
is
yeah.
Early Detection Saves Lives, and Angie is
Yeah.
living proof of that.
So
Right.
when, I guess if you can just walk us through, for the folks at home and everybody that's watching, when did you notice something? Because that's the thing, like these self-exams are also important,
Yes.
and just paying attention to your body, even though we're all so
Right.
busy. But I guess if you want to share, your journey, Ange.
Well, mine was actually just watching TV, and I happened to have an itch, and I scratched, and I felt a lump.
Wow. It was like, just like that, you thought, oh no, that doesn't seem...
It doesn't seem right. So
Right.
a lot of ladies say, I don't do self-breast exams because I'm lumpy bumpy. I'm not going to feel it anyway.
Oops, hold on.
And
You're good.
I've always told them, well, they say you'd feel a difference, and I'm
Yeah.
here to say they are right.
Wow. And just watching TV, I mean, so from noticing that, did you, like, the next day, like, I got to get in and have
Yeah, so I'm at the
mammogram?
perfect place.
Right, I was gonna, it all works out. My job, I
Mine
happen
goes
to
a
be
little
here.
fast.
I don't know if you can do it yourself or if you,
Yeah.
Trisha had to help, but
So yeah, with mine didn't look like your normal breast cancer.
Okay, how so?
There's just characteristics of mass.
Okay,
But since it was new, it was bothersome. The radiologist said, let's just go ahead and biopsy.
okay. And biopsy means go in and,
I went to Mercy Hospital,
Okay.
and they just take a couple samples and then send them on to pathology.
gotcha, okay. And then from there you receive diagnosis that
Correct.
based on the biopsy it is cancerous, and we need to go ahead and remove the mass. I'm not trying to fill in the blanks, but
No, it's just, this is where I really want to let people know if they are diagnosed to call me.
Okay.
It's so nice to hear from somebody that actually went through it.
Sure.
I mean, the doctors are fabulous, but there's a huge difference in having it done to you and doing it to someone.
Right.
So, and the fear and the anxiety is just a lot at once.
Sure.
Once I was diagnosed, I had a medical oncologist, a radiation oncologist, a surgeon, a plastic surgeon.
Kind
All
of a whirlwind, right?
Within like
Yeah.
2 days. I mean,
Jeez
they're great because
Louise.
they set it all up. I go
Yeah.
from one to the next. But then at the end, they're like, what do you want to do? And I said, I want to go home and complain about the laundry is what I want to do.
right, yeah.
I have always, I've been in the field for 24 years, so
Sure.
I've, seen people have lumpectomies. I've seen people have mastectomies. For me, I was always going to have a mastectomy.
Gotcha.
I just didn't want to mess around.
Sure.
There's different things. The doctors help you decide what you can do. I'm not saying everybody has to have a mastectomy. That's just what was comfortable for me.
Sure.
I did go ahead and do genetic testing because I was young enough to do that.
Sure.
And I unfortunately had a mutation, so it just, told me that I had made the right decision.
Yeah, and a tough decision, but ultimately, again, noticing it yourself, taking action.
Right.
Because, and again, and I've said this for years, as much as we, as a country, are okay with advertising and talking about breasts, I mean, it really starts with just noticing. I mean, you could have just as easily thought,
right,
well, maybe it's nothing. And then God forbid what happens, right? And how many other women may notice something and then, they go on to life, and life can get in the way.
Right.
And that's what we're here to say. Like, if it seems unusual, abnormal, like, you would rather know than wait.
Right.
Because as soon as it starts to grow and spread, that's where the problem can really be,
Well,
right? It's again,
well,
that
and
early
and that
detection.
so mine was a stage 1. It did
Stage
not
1,
invade
okay.
in my lymph nodes, and I mean that's just a whole nother monster. I mean,
Sure.
I don't feel like I had breast cancer, but I don't feel like I was sick.
I understand that. And the unfortunate thing is probably in those 24 years that you've been doing this, you've probably, seen women that it hasn't been stage 1. Maybe it's been 2
There's
or 4.
There's been times, and let me speak for you on this one. There has been times when I've been sitting in the room with Angie, and she comes back and she's like, "Oh, like I could see that person's lump." And what I want to say about Angie's cancer is you never want to say I was lucky, because no one who gets cancer is lucky. We're just
Sure.
going to put it out there right now. But because Angie advocated for herself and went in early as soon as she felt something, she didn't have to go through radiation. She didn't have to go through chemo.
Right.
So that's
incredible.
part of it too. And some of
Yeah.
these women who are afraid to come in because they don't want to know the answer.
You do.
You want to know the answer, right?
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yes. I mean, and you're living proof that it's worth it. It's always worth it, right? To know. And
Absolutely.
for a lot of us, that's where that dread or anxiety can come in. Is noticing something but not wanting to acknowledge or have it be told to you that, hey, something's going on.
Yeah,
I mean,
and
best case, right? Best case. It's October, it's Breast Cancer Awareness
Yeah.
Month. We're literally painting the town pink throughout Muscatine, which we'll talk about in a second. Maybe this, you're like, I got to get in for that annual mammogram, a little bit of discomfort, you're good to go,
Yeah.
see you later.
Well,
Right? That's the best case
And here's a
scenario.
little bit of inside baseball for everybody. We build a half an hour into the schedule for every mammogram. And if anxiety is keeping you from getting a mammogram, or if the result of what might happen is keeping you from getting a mammogram, Angie wants to share her story. She wants to help you through it. She is a wonderful, beautiful person with empathy, and I've enjoyed working with her for all of these years. And I know even before her diagnosis,
Sure.
she was one of the best people you could possibly talk to about this. But now there's even a heightened level where she understands, and she'll talk you through it, and she'll sit down and take time with you because she is given that time. So,
What about the cost? Earlier, you spoke about barriers
Yes,
for women
yes.
and mammograms, and for some women that are watching this, and because I know this is true, right? Maybe they're uninsured or underinsured. It seems like for those of us that are fortunate enough, like myself, great insurance, you know what I mean? Like if my wife needed a mammogram, probably would be covered. But I know that that's not the case for everybody.
Right.
But I feel, again, like Muscatine Radiology, what you're able to do, because you're not a hospital, you're able to help people and control costs. So
Right.
does that extend with respects to mammograms as well?
Right. So we have two
Yeah.
programs.
Okay.
We have the Susan Coleman Foundation
Okay.
that helps. That is with an income base. But then we have a MAT program through Muscatine Radiology
Okay.
and the Wilton
softball and baseball teams.
Wilton
So
softball and
yeah,
baseball,
so
yeah.
2 years in a row
Right.
they've put on their pink night,
Yeah.
and they have donated the funds to our clinic, and then our radiologists have matched those funds. So if cost is a barrier for any reason, and it's not even income based, if it is just the fact that getting a mammogram is going to hinder something for you or your family, come in, let us know. We'll have you fill out a short form, but we will pay for that mammogram. We will pay for your diagnostic mammogram.
Yeah.
And then we'll help you if you need to go on to a biopsy. We will give you the information you need to hopefully get that covered as well. So
it's so nice to have options available, right?
Yeah, for sure.
To make this something that is, because again, best case, it's just an annual screening.
Right. Majority of people come in, they're fine.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, the biggest complaint is probably the brief discomfort,
Right.
and that's it. Right?
Well, so here's 36 years old, folks. Had my first mammogram this year because
Okay.
so both of our clinics are recently ACR certified, which is really cool. ACR is the American College of Radiology,
Okay.
And that's what all of our radiologists use. That's where we get our recommendations. So one every year, starting at the age of 40,
Okay.
and to go through ACR. So I'm going to throw out some jargon, and I'll try to explain it. So
Go for it.
there are 4 different types of breast density,
Correct.
and to get their ACR certification, they have to take photos and turn them in to the ACR to say, like, yes, they're doing a good job. Like, there's all these things they have to do.
Very stressful.
And they thought,
imagine, yeah.
they were like, hey, Jessica, you're young, your breasts are probably dense. Will you have your mammogram this year? I know. Let's get personal, folks. It's before 9 o'clock.
And we don't have coffee.
And so
Tony.
I'm like, fine. I was like, fine, I'll get my mammogram. Because you can get it, your baseline between 35 and 40.
Sure.
And I know my insurance covers it. So I
Yeah.
go in there and get situated. And the mammographer walks away. And I kept waiting for her to lower the boom.
Yeah.
I was like, bring it on. I know it's
my
coming.
gosh.
And then she came and, resituated me. And I was like, that was all the compression? I thought she was going to get back there and be like, wah, wah, wah. But no, it was fine. It really was. It wasn't even really discomfort. So
And
I guess.
is that part of the technology with the 3D? I mean, is that because again the old whatever stereotype
Right.
was that? I mean, you're really gonna have
Yeah.
to.
we have a flexi paddle, so it sort of flexes
Yeah.
to the breast
Wow.
tissue.
And again, if it's just momentary, but Jessica just said that
Yeah.
she didn't even really
No,
notice it.
I thought when she walked away, so I didn't realize because she did
Can you stop?
turn
with
a
the
little
Jessica?
lever.
Okay.
I
the
want
machine.
them.
All right.
Yeah,
No,
she
you're
turned
right.
a little
All right.
lever here, and the paddle did lower
Sure.
onto my breast, and
Yeah.
so I have heard all of these stories about how it felt. So I truly thought she was going to go back and press another button, and it was going to be like, "Mrrr," but that was it.
That was it.
Yeah, and so I kept on saying, I was like, really? This is, it really isn't that bad. And I know I'm the marketing girl, so I keep telling everyone it's not that bad, but now I can tell you from personal experience
Well, I
it's
mean,
not.
we have 2 firsthand accounts. I mean, your recent experience as someone that had a first mammogram
Yes.
ever.
Yes,
and going
ever.
through that
Yeah.
and that process. And then Angie's story. I mean, again, to have been in the line of work as Angie started when she was 5,
Yeah.
by the way.
20 years, has it been 20 years, Ange? How long? 24 years.
Coming up on 25 years. And then to have,
insane.
this personal story called, notice something, had that mammogram, it was cancerous, and then got yourself taken care of. I mean, that really will provide a lot of comfort for folks out there. And,
Right.
It will.
and again, having these conversations, it's just like this stigma with talking about mental health, breast cancer. I mean, I feel like we're more apt to talking about breast cancer. There's a lot of awareness, but if you're watching this as a guy and it's your wife, or your girlfriend, and it's time for that conversation, just have it. I mean, you owe it to them, right? Just
Right.
in the same respects as things like colonoscopies
Yes.
and all those others. I mean, we need to be able to. And Jessica always says, like, with respects to where you're going to go, how much time do we spend? My favorite analogy is we'll spend all this time looking at cars.
Right.
But then we just assume for things like mammograms, there's maybe not a lot of options on where you can go.
Right.
And Muscatine Radiology is one of those fabulous options where you're going to
Right
get
in town.
great care
Right.
in town.
There's always a radiologist on site.
It's awesome.
So if your doctor wants to talk to our doctor, they can call.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to talk to our doctor, he's right there. If Angie wants to talk to the doctor about something she's seeing, she can go in and consult with him.
Right.
That's huge.
It's a big deal. Terry Martz on Facebook says, "You rock, Angie."
She's a fellow survivor as well.
Oh, well, thank you,
cool.
Terry. We appreciate you chiming
Congrats,
in,
Terry.
and you rock as well,
Yeah.
Terry. Paint the Town Pink. going on starting today. It's again October
Yeah.
1st. Breast Cancer Awareness Month officially has begun. I got the little breast cancer awareness balloon. I was driving. So this morning I had one of those mornings where you don't know where the 4-year-old's shoes are.
Yeah.
He doesn't know. He's got no shoes. They're all in my wife's car, which I kind of knew they were, but I didn't want to tell her that.
Yeah.
So anyways, we had to take one kid to school, stop by my wife's work, get the shoes. Long story short, I'm coming up Park Avenue, and I see Remax has a very cool logo outside of their office with the big pink ribbon on it.
Yeah.
And I was really excited to see that. So this is all with the folks at Discover Muscatine. I know that Ashley Lovelace is kind of the driver behind this, also a breast cancer survivor. Great to see all the businesses on there. And the goal, of course, is as you travel throughout this community, you're going to see businesses that are either painted pink or like Remax with the pink logo outside.
Yeah.
It's super exciting to know that there's going to be that much awareness going on. And I love the Muscatine radiology logo with the ribbon. So it's definitely a good month and a good time to have these conversations. But again, when November 1st hits,
It doesn't stop.
It doesn't
No,
stop.
We're just as busy in November.
So Jessica's 36, as am I. You had that baseline. You can have the baseline between 35 and 40.
Yeah, 35 and 40. Yep.
Okay, so then once you hit 40 years old, for the women out there, it should be an
Every
annual.
year. I want to see you every year.
Angie wants to see you every year.
We
Now,
act-
for those stories,
Yeah.
sorry to interrupt, but
Nope,
for
that's
those
okay.
stories, like my mom had, first of all, my mom's mom, the late Grandma Marge, breast cancer survivor back in the day. I don't know when, 60s or 70s maybe.
Okay.
Had it, had, I think it was right or left breast removed, survived. Great lady, right? My mom's 2 first cousins, both sisters, breast cancer, survived. When it's sort of, in the family, you're encouraged to maybe go younger. If the scenario was, if it were, and my mom's cousin Julie has a daughter, Nora.
Right.
So is it 10 years?
10 years from diagnosis.
So if her mom was however old.
Right. So my daughter will start getting a mammogram at 38.
Okay, gotcha. That makes sense. So if there's someone in your life that has gone through this, just know that it's recommended that you start a little earlier. Everybody else, women from the age 40 on, make it an annual thing.
Correct.
Just like a physical, like flu shot.
Yeah, just
whatever
schedule
else,
them all.
right?
Go hang out with your primary care physician and say, okay, I'm 40 now. What are the screenings I should be getting? When do I start getting a bone densitometry, right?
Yes.
When do I get my colonoscopy? How often do I have to get my whole body checked for skin cancer? Like an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, to use one of those old sayings, but it's true. Would you rather figure it out and get it taken care of, or do you want to be sick for a long time? And sometimes you can't help it, but it's important. And one of the things I do want to just touch on real quick are recommendations, like we're saying. So the United States Preventative Services Task Force.
Say that fast.
United States Preventative Services Task Force. I did unique New York. They put out some recommendations that our radiologists around the United States actually don't agree with. We go by the American College of Radiology, ACR, recommendations of 1 every year starting at the age of 40. And we have a video on our Facebook page and our website called Living Proof that talks to survivors, and you hear their stories about what would have happened if they went by those other recommendations. And many of them had like triple negative breast cancer, and they don't even want to think about what would happen if they waited till they were 45. So you will hear recommendations out there saying start at 45 every other year, but that is not how we practice. And honestly, if you were to talk to many radiologists throughout the country, they don't believe in that as well. So every year starting at 40.
Comment on Facebook, Sammy Motley, a friend of the show. I think the sad part is men don't realize they can get breast cancer as well. Certainly
that is true.
A great point and worth mentioning.
Thank you for bringing that up.
Just as I sit here, could need to pay attention, make sure something doesn't seem out of whack, because breast cancer, unfortunately, isn't just gender specific. And
correct.
And I think the part, and you will hear stories about guys that will get breast cancer.
And it's usually a later stage.
I was just gonna say, Angie, because we're stubborn.
It's more more lethal with men.
I think it's because they don't think they're going to have breast cancer.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Or they're embarrassed. They don't want to say anything.
Sure.
Right.
And that's just it. I mean, you got to pay attention. And Angie just said that she was watching TV and I mean, just like in that.
She just stretched. Stretched
it.
and scratched. Yep.
That's it. I'm just saying, like, I mean, you got to pay attention to your body and have this conversation.
I've done everything right. I've had my screenings. I'm
Sure.
not. There's not a family history.
Yeah.
You know, I would have a mammogram in November. I would see my GYN in March. So
Yeah.
every 6 months, a person or a machine was looking at me, and somehow in between that time.
And that's incredible how quickly, not in a good way incredible, but how quickly things can...
Right.
Truly.
Is it masticize? Is that the right word?
Metastasize is when it
Metastasize,
goes
thank
to other
Spots.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, that's
Why
okay.
they're the experts.
You know,
But
and I
in
like-
that short period of time, as
Yeah.
Angie just said, and that's how it can go, right?
Right.
So that's
I
why,
tell people if they have a mammogram, unfortunately, that doesn't mean you're good to go for a year.
It's a great point.
So if
Yeah.
something comes up in a month, don't just assume that mammogram was okay, because
Sure.
And
you know,
don't-
there's aggressive forms of breast
Right.
cancer.
And that's the unfortunate thing is, you know, when, God forbid, if it's an aggressive form or if it just goes unnoticed, and then you hear the stories of people that didn't make it. I mean, that's where walks like the Susan G. Komen walk, and you see people that are remembering someone that passed away or survivors like, I mean, it's wild that you don't have to
Right.
look that far, is what I'm getting at. I mean, just in this room right
Well,
now, if we asked.
1 in 8 women will get breast cancer within their lifetime.
1 in 8?
1 in
One in
8. That is I have 4 sisters. There's 5 of us in our family.
Sure.
You know, so and with my mom, that's 6 people. You know, what are the chances of one of us having breast cancer in our lifetime is probably pretty good. You know,
Unbelievable.
It is.
1 in
when you think
8.
1 in 8. And I do want to touch back on the men get breast cancer, and I know
Sure.
sometimes it's a sore subject within Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and we do try to talk about men having breast cancer.
Sure.
The reason why we raise awareness for screening is because women can receive screening mammograms. A man will never have a screening mammogram because by the time they would get to us, it's always considered a diagnostic.
Okay.
And like we said, it is lethal a lot of times with men because they wait a long time. There is a really cool group of guys on the internet across America who are all survivors, and they kind of have their own club. And I wish I could remember the name of it, and I should have
Sure.
looked it up before I came here.
Okay.
Maybe our friend Sammy might know about it. But if you just Google men across America with breast cancer, there is a guy leading the fight for the men, and he is so cool, and the things that they do to raise awareness for men with breast cancer is really awesome as well. So thank you for bringing that up because it's important to talk about.
Absolutely. And again, we'll have guests throughout the course of the month here and continue to, however you can raise awareness. I mean, if it's, you might think it's just a subtle gesture as like a pink balloon or flowers or painting your, I promise you it's more meaningful than that.
Right.
And for someone like Angie that's been through it and now can share her story and empower other women, that's a big deal, right?
Yeah, we just
Lifting
gotta
each other
stay
up.
positive.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, you could just as easily decided to not share your story or to stop doing what you're doing for a
I need
living.
something positive to come out of this.
Yeah,
I've been asking Angie to do quite a lot, you know, and I'm always like, "Are you
I
okay
can't
with this?
imagine.
Are you okay with this?" And she
Yeah.
she has said to me, if one thing positive comes out of here, if I can get someone to have a mammogram
Sure.
or help someone understand the importance, then this is the reason why I was given this disease. And she's been just a warrior and really positive and.
it's a great story,
Yeah.
and it's the time of year that we'll talk a lot about it. But again, just want, you know, when December rolls around or January, just get that screening done and talk to the folks in Muscatine Radiology. I mean, you could
Thank you.
literally watch. You could have watched this live. It's 9:05 right now. You
Yeah.
could have watched this starting at 8:30 live, and you could have already scheduled and be going in to get a mammogram.
Yeah. Right.
it's
She probably
really
has.
that
She
easy.
probably has room today in the schedule.
Yeah,
In the
I
afternoon,
mean,
I
And
do.
we have cool giveaways. We have pink ice scrapers
I
and
saw
lip
those
balm
on your Facebook,
and
yeah.
socks,
ice
cool
scrapers.
socks.
Really, you're
Yeah.
just ready for winter.
Well, you know,
Jinxing
It
us.
wasn't my idea.
Thank you, Angie.
someone
I
told
didn't
me
think it
earlier
was.
that summer's peacing out after today. Like, bye.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yes.
Or to
It
use
is.
your words, bye boo.
Bye, boo.
Bye boo.
Yeah, I did see the pink ice scraper, and I thought, okay. I mean, I get it. Oh, there it is, right there. Thank you, Chad.
Maybe we
the
should do
socks are
sunscreen next
awesome.
year.
Yeah, sunscreen. Yeah.
Socks are super cool.
A planner.
It's all about that
yeah.
awareness. It's all about having conversations. And again, if it can be one person in your life that goes and gets that screening, and again, best case scenario is they're fine. But
Right.
if something is there, at least you know the level of care with these fellowship trained
Yeah.
radiologists. I don't know if you can go any smarter than that
Yeah,
on
well,
the scale of
pretty smart.
education.
They are pretty.
That's
they
like
are
I don't
pretty
even want to
smart.
think about how much schooling that is. 'cause
Yeah, it's like 14, 15 years after
gosh.
regular school, or after like undergrad, and then fellowships
so much.
and
I
residencies.
had an extra semester, and I feel very studious. These folks are going for a long time,
Yeah.
but it's nice to know. I'm glad you're both here. Thank you very much.
Thanks for
Muscatine
having us.
Radiology, right there is the Facebook page. Phone number is 563-263-3400. Trisha and Angie's picture right there. October 1st, that's today. And we're starting Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and that's why I wanted to reach out to the ladies
Yeah.
to have them here. Absolutely
Thanks for your advocacy,
fantastic.
Tony.
Yeah.
You do so
Thank
much,
you.
not only for us, but for the community here. And
Glad that we're friends.
We
My
think
hands
that
are
you're
very
rock
cold.
stars.
I'm sorry.
I'm
I
like,
know,
woo!
it's kind of like, here's the ironic part is that up in the office, one of the roof air conditioning units is broken, so it's like
Oh.
85 degrees in my office. So I
Sweet.
shouldn't complain that it's cold in here because it feels fantastic. We were sweating it out yesterday. All right, reach out to Muscatine Radiology. They can get a hold of you if you're not in the Muscatine area. Maybe you're more towards like Iowa City. Corridor Radiology.
Corridor
Correct.
Radiology.
Part of the same FAM,
Yes,
if you'll
sir.
allow it. FAM.
Yep.
And they can coordinate and get you in just as easily as making a phone call
Absolutely.
or stopping in.
Stopping in.
Most comfortable couches ever.
Thank
Goodness gracious. The times that I've been there, I'm like, I don't want to get up. I just want to sit because it's super nice. All right, we're gonna go to the aisle camera. CBI Bank and Trust aisle camera. Absolutely fantastic. How about this? Sammy Motley chiming in 1999. Mr. Hasten founded and currently serves as president of Men Against Breast Cancer,
Yes.
the first and only national nonprofit organization designed to educate and empower men to be effective caregivers when breast cancer strikes their family. MABC is recognized as a national leader in care for the caregiver. Cool.
Awesome.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. Thanks, Sammy. She was on it. All right. That was great. Look at that. I mean, this is awesome. I like when we can all contribute to the program. All right. Are we going aisle cam? Is that what you said? I thought I saw some cookies on the screen. That sounds like a good idea. Today is also, ironically enough, National Homemade Cookie Day. So if you're thinking to yourself, I'm going to come to Hy-Vee, I'm going to get all the ingredients to make cookies, or if you have kids that are impatient, look at the cookies right there. You pass them off as you made them yourself. The bakery can do it. They make just thousands of cookies every single week, and they would love to take care of you, including the return of the 10-cent mini cookies this week here at the store. Thank you, ladies. I appreciate it. Jessica and Angie with Muscatine Radiology. They're just marvelous. I'm going to move the pink balloon so it's more in the shot here. Set that right there. And if we have it, if we can allow it, perhaps we'll check in with Steve in the Toyota Muscatine cart cam, where I believe he was going to go check out the produce department because we've got the holiday grapes are my favorite. And if you are looking, and I know what you're thinking, grapes? Really? Yes, these grapes are huge, if I may. So look at how good everything looks. Raspberries and strawberries and grapes. And there you go, holiday grapes. Holiday, dun, 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 gonna get some holiday grapes. Steve, if you grab a bag of holiday grapes, dun, dun, that looks like Chris's hand. Chris, grab a bag, dun, dun, and hold them up to the camera. Holiday grapes. They'll make you feel. Look at how big those grapes are. They're almost as big as Chris's head. Chris, bring that bag here, sir. Do. Make you feel. All right, I got a bag of holiday grapes on Friday. Do. And they're in my fridge at home. And they are delicious as heck. In the produce department, these things are, I'm telling you, when we bring, Chris, you can come back this way. So I want everybody to see how big these grapes are because they're just fabulous. And by the way, the shortcuts, if you're looking for something on the go, super easy. That was kind of like playing a video game. This is like a virtual reality simulator. All right, Chris, now stop. And do a quick circle, if you would. Watch this. Yep. It's like a first-person video game. All right? And then keep coming this way. Should I just have Chris start to bump into my coworkers on accident? Oops, sorry, Becky. There's Becky. Oops, sorry, Toby. There's Herky. Hey, you know what, Chris? Let's get a tight shot on Herky, huh? good opportunity to shamelessly remind you that young Hawkeye, Herky, will be here, the official mascot for the University of Iowa. Herky the Hawkeye in the house in the Market Grill Express this Saturday. Looking forward to a good time. Still have an opportunity to RSVP, and I hope that you'll do that. All right, Chris, I want you to come in here with the cart cam, and then I want you to take the cart cam behind me in the entryway to the Market Grill Express and point it into the parking lot because I want people to see what's happening live. So, Chad, let's cut back to me for a second so we don't show any unsuspecting customers on camera because I never want anybody to feel like they're put on the spot. Right? But what's going on right now in the parking lot is pretty cool, and it's ironic that it's happening right here. Local artist Santos Bueno with Who Arted, as we speak, is in the parking lot painting all of the arrows to look like the red down arrow. So we can open the curtains as well. I guess that's easier. Yeah. So we're going to bring the cart cam right out here. There's a switch behind the bar. If not, we'll get the cart cam right through there, and then we'll show everybody Santos painting that red arrow out there. I knew he was doing that. Look at the size of these grapes, by the way. Look at the size of these things. They're humongous. I have huge hands. Look at how I don't want to open it, obviously, because then I'd have to buy it. And trust me, I wouldn't mind buying more of these. But these are absolutely massive, right? All right, perfect. We're raising the curtain. It's very dramatic. The curtain is raising. We're going to take a peek live. Ooh, look at that natural light coming in on me. Ooh, I look real pale. All right, so check this out. Live look at local artist Santos Bueno. By the way, the natural light, come on now. Look at how great I look. I'm like glowing. I look like Jim Gaffigan's brother, Tony Gaffigan. All right, Santos Bueno. Look at that right now. That's a live look in the parking lot. Santos taking the red arrows. We commissioned this. All of the arrows in the parking lot will be red. The down pricing arrow. He's probably got more of an official name. Chad, I'm going to airdrop you a pic of just kind of what red looks like in the store. I mean, folks at home know what red looks like, but that is super cool to see Santos doing that as we're sitting here. I love it. That is super cool. Look at that. He's working right now. Doesn't know he's on camera, but that's all right. Santos Bueno with Who Arted, getting after it. All of the arrows, and here at the store. By the way, those arrows are absolutely massive. They're almost as tall as I am, and I'm 6'5". So you see the price is lower, that's red. Locked down, lowered the price, locked it in at that, throw away the key. Santos Bueno, Who Arted, painting right now. That's awesome. As we were talking to Jessica Whitman and Angie Verbeek with Muscatine Radiology, I saw Santos out there, and I was like, this will be a good opportunity to put him on the screen. And there we go with the cart cam. So you can see that work happening. I love it. It's absolutely fantastic. Spoiler alert, Santos also painting 25 to 50 foot wide red arrow in the berm, in the grass, that you'll be able to see. Pretty cool. You know that's happening because Hy-Vee store director Matt Schweitzer loves stuff like that. Look at how I'm glowing. I feel marvelous. Look at me. It's all about me. I'm just kidding. It's not all about me. All right. October 1st is here. International Coffee Day. Homemade Cookie Day. International Day of Older Persons. International Day of Older Persons. That's what it said on the website. I don't know what that means, but I'm an older person now. I'm older than I was last year. Oh, look at this. We've got the cart cam right outside with Santos working. Chris, tell Santos that he's doing a marvelous job, and we're just spreading the news about Who Arted, and that is super exciting. Pretty cool. You know how many Hy-Vee stores are painting their arrows red? Only this one, brother and sisters. I guess they should all have good ideas like I do. Not trying to brag, but, hashtag humble brag. Red down arrow. Only makes sense. You've got arrows in your parking lot. Paint them red. Hey, other Hy-Vees, call me. Give you Santos's number. I'm sure he could, he'd commission if you reach out. I love that. That's super cool, right? It's like the one good idea I've had. Ashley Lovelace says, I love when I see the red arrows at Hy-Vee. Hey, Ashley, listen, we were just talking about you. And painting the town. Do we have the Paint the Town Pink graphic we can show everybody since Ashley's watching? This is cool. You're going to notice various businesses throughout Muscatine working with Discover Muscatine. They're painting the town pink. October 1st, Breast Cancer Awareness Month starts today. Just had Jessica Whitman, Angie Verbeek with Muscatine Radiology on the show. Show your support. You know, you can still reach out to folks at Discover Muscatine and Ashley Lovelace about getting involved. You want to paint the town pink, I want you to do it. I want to talk about breast cancer awareness. Angie Verbeek, a survivor. Ashley Lovelace, a survivor. They're sharing their stories. Women empowering other women. It's a beautiful thing. So paint the town pink. Tomorrow we'll talk more about this, right? Today, October 1st, also National Hair Day. Growing it out for the Halloween costume. Jessica noticed the mustache, said it's very full. Said thank you, Halloween costume. Wouldn't have it this full. It's kind of getting annoying. Got a little bit of beard oil going on. Smells kind of good. Organic beard oil. How's it look? A little shimmer. Costume. And it's National World Vegetarian Day or World Vegetarian Day. So if you're a vegetarian, a lot of great options here at Hy-Vee. All right. Touchdown Tuesday. Going on as we speak. As we're sitting here right now, Hy-Vee shoppers are coming into the store. They're spending $48. They're showing this at the register. Boom, look at that little inception right there. And they're getting 48 cents on their fuel saver. I mean, it is cold in here, right? I don't get cold that often. My hands, and I know I have a cold Starbucks, but look at that, $48, 48 cents. Don't pay full price at the pump if you don't have to. I'm bad at math, but right now on my fuel saver, I have 82 cents. And if I spent $48, I would then have $1.30 off per gallon because 82 plus 48 is $1.30 or 130. That's how good at math I am. I'm a regular mathematician. Ashley Lovelace reminding everybody to wear pink on October 23rd. You know what? Can I find a pink button-down shirt? Probably. I would look fabulous, so I'll make that happen. Well, like a pink Hy-Vee shirt. That'd be kind of cool. I could do that. So Touchdown Tuesday going on. Paint the Town Pink starts today. Going to talk about that for a while. Ashley, let's get you on the show, so we'll just make that happen. Ashley Lovelace will be here. We'll get that done. Today's also Tuesday Burger Night. I don't know why I'm trying to have good posture after Scott Schultz worked me out on the show yesterday. How's my posture? How's my posture when I'm eating a burger for $8? How's my form, Scott? After 4 o'clock, all the burgers are $8. Have good posture when you're eating a burger. Rest your traps. Rest on your laurels. How's my burger form? Maybe you get it wrapped in lettuce if you're low-carbing it. Get it all, right in the goatee. Burger everywhere. Trying to get my shoulders back. How's your hip health? These hips don't lie. Breakfast with Herky again. I mentioned this Saturday. Can't wait. Looking forward to it. 9 to 11. If you're a Hawkeye fan, bring the kids if you've got them. Bring the grandkids, nieces or nephews, or just BY yourself. Bring yourself. Get a picture with Herky. Can't wait to have Herky here. 9 to 11. Breakfast. Good time. Pictures. Herky will have the coupons for the deal with our friends with the Atlantic Bottling Company and Coca-Cola. Hawk fans. Gary Dolphin and Eddie Podolak love talking about Atlantic Bottling. That's right, Gary. I love Atlantic. And then Eddie talks about it. Like, I love Atlantic Bottling. They're great. Thanks, Eddie. Back to the action. And Gary Dolphin will be back here in the Market Grill Express. My plan is to have Gary Dolphin and Bobby Hansen, purple Hy-Vee van, outside the window right now. Is somebody delivering something to us? I see Dave Manley, one of our fantastic delivery drivers. All right, anyways, I don't know what's happening. I never know what's going on out there. I'm so distracted. I'm like a cat. I'm just like, what's happening? Shouldn't have a window. That's Dave right there. Look at that. Speak of the devil and he shall appear. It's Dave Manley. Something's coming in here. He's bringing our cart. Dave, what's happening? There's Chris. Look at Dave holding the door open for Chris. Nice guy, that Dave Manley. I was just complimenting that Dave Manley. He's marvelous. There he is right there. He's on a billboard for a while. You know that? Pretty cool. All right. Carnations for the kids. So this is cool. This will be also part of our ad that's on the back page of the Discover Muscatine newspaper hitting your mailboxes today and tomorrow. My goal would be to deliver 1,000 carnations. What in tarnation? How about 1,000 carnations delivered to the University of Iowa Stead Family Children's Hospital? The plan is to get them there on Friday, October 18th, just in time for the homecoming game. You can donate $1 at Floral. How about that? Floral, $1. You could donate $10. We'll buy carnations with your donations and bring them to the University of Iowa Stead Family Children's Hospital. Of course, everybody is really excited to see the final number with Carson King and his donations. That last report was going to eclipse $3 million for the Stead Family Hospital from one goofy sign asking for beer money. Probably going to be over $3 million in donations for the hospital. That's such a fantastic story. Carson King, good job. Also, I've reached out to Carson King, so I'm sure he's got a ton of messages to sift through, but we could FaceTime Carson on this show in a second. So carnations for the kids, look for that, and then you can also purchase a toy. This is another part of that ad in the Discover Muscatine newspaper, Hawk fans. Purchase a toy, leave it at the store, and we will bring it to the hospital. So we've got the Beanie Babies. You can kind of see in that picture with other toys throughout the store. You purchase them. We'll bring them up to the University of Iowa Stead Family Children's Hospital. Again, just in time for the homecoming game. Buy all the Beanie Babies, will you? Great price on them. Kids love Beanie Babies. That's worthy of your time. And I'm really happy with how that ad's coming together. I'll show you that ad tomorrow in its entirety. It's kind of a big thing. Ashley Loveless says, I can't wait to see you dressed in pink. Head to toe, Casey Lokensoul, let's make this happen. Tagging my wife in the post. Hey, I'm all about it. I'll wear pink socks, pink shirt, pink shoes. I don't know, whatever it takes. I dye my hair pink. I don't know about that. That might be saying spraying the hair pink. Would that be okay? I've dyed my hair before for my Guy Fieri costume a couple of years ago. It was best. I'm pretty good at Halloween costumes. I don't want to brag, but I bragged again. I'm sorry. Can we check back in with Santos outside? Is he still painting that red down arrow over there? Oh, my gosh. Look at how this guy is just getting after it. He's already got the eyes. He's going in for the smile. We're showing Santos' best side. He doesn't know that we're putting him on camera. But, again, Santos Bueno with Who Arted, taking all of our arrows and turning them into red, the price decline arrow. That is awesome. Thank you, Santos. I like that we commissioned a local artist, right? We're commissioning a guy. So, we know Santos is talented, commissioned him. There we go. Those are super cool. Thank you, Santos. Who Arted on Facebook. Check him out. And look at that. That's spray paint. I have no skills when it comes to painting. You've seen my fuel saver signs and how not good they were. You know what Santos could do? He could paint a giant pink ribbon on the windows. I need to have him do that probably. Okay. All right. We probably need to get this show done with, too, at some point this year. How about we can skip that one. Let's go to the flu shot because, influenza has arrived in Muscatine County, and it's unfortunate, but you can, take preventative measures. A flu shot is preventative. That's why a lot of insurance plans will cover it because your company, your insurance provider wants you to do things that are preventative. And if you can get a flu shot and prevent, hopefully, influenza, get it at Hy-Vee. No appointment necessary. You could walk in right now, 9:25 in the morning, get a flu shot. Sam Garrettson, pharmacist, is there. Boom, flu shot, done. Whenever the pharmacy's open, get a flu shot, right? You won't even feel it. I didn't feel mine. It's because I got all this muscle. It went right into my muscle. I didn't even feel it. Oh, it's so much muscle and fat, but a little bit of muscle, a lot of fat. My shoulders are pretty solid. The beach is that way, and the pharmacy is that way. What? It's that way. Right there. Flu shot. There's movement. All right. Flu shot, 20-cent fuel saver. If you got your flu shot today, how about this? You got your flu shot today. There's 20 cents on the fuel saver. And then you spent $48 for Touchdown Tuesday. That would very quickly give you 88 cents, right? 88 cents on your fuel saver if you got the flu shot and spent $48 with Touchdown Tuesday. And then if you got in your car and you went 88 miles an hour, you would go back to the future. Aisles Online, grocery, going to Wapello tonight. Going to Wapello Tuesdays and Thursdays. Meet you in the parking lot off Highway 61. Hand you your groceries. It's good to go. Get online. Shop in your socks with Aisles Online. And they'll get you taken care of. All right, listen, October 1st. It's a new month. New opportunities. Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Thank you to Jessica Whitman, Angie Verbeek. Known them for a long time. DJ'd Angie's wedding. Her wedding, by the way, at the National Mississippi River Museum in Dubuque. Super cool. Never DJ'd with, like, turtles watching, but it happened. I love those two. They're great. Muscatine Radiology gets you taken care of. You'll see a lot of pink in Muscatine. We're painting the town pink, and I hope that you'll consider getting involved. And certainly Hy-Vee Floral has some great ways that you can recognize breast cancer survivors, remember those that have unfortunately lost their battle to breast cancer, and at least have that conversation. Get that baseline mammogram taken care of. And I hope that you'll do that. Also got the brand new Seasons magazine. Look at that. Kind of looks like, I don't know. It's a caramel apple. It says Night of Treats. Ooh, you had me at treats. And there's just a lot of good stuff in here. Look at this. I want to buy this. We have this in the store. A 6-foot-tall inflatable T-Rex holding a pumpkin. Should I buy it today? Why not? That's what we need. That's what we're missing. 6 foot tall, right, Ash? Ashley? Don't you think I need that dinosaur pumpkin? D, what do you think? Get that? The kid size one is kind of weird. I don't know about that. That's kind of creepy. The dinosaur holding the pumpkin is super fun, and we've only got a couple of those left. So pick up the Seasons magazine. Bunch of stuff in here. Look at that. What is this? Some type of seafood sandwich thing. That's a sweet and tangy tilapia. I'm such a hillbilly. Tilapia. You know me. Tilapia. Look at how good that looks, though. I don't know how to pronounce things. But this is awesome. It's a free magazine. You can get it here at the store. A lot of good recipes. There's some sweet and salty brownies. Oh, my goodness. Oh, baby. Those look awesome, don't they? So pick up one of these Seasons magazine. It just started. How about a barbecue chicken ramenito? A ramen burrito? What in the world? That is genius. Look at that. A ramen burrito? Me in college would be on that. Yeah, this is great. If I'm being honest, I haven't really looked through this, but a lot of creative ideas for like kid snacks, for Halloween, and it's awesome. So this is brand new. Oh, and something else that we're going to talk about on the show this week is the Brands for Grands. This is exciting. So you have an opportunity for us to show up at your house, knock on the door, ring the doorbell, and then if you have Hy-Vee brand products in your house, we'll pay you for each one that you have up to $2,500. We want to get a winner in Muscatine, so look out for Brands for Grands coming back soon. And, of course, on the back of the Seasons magazine, talking about that flu shot. This is free at the register, free magazine. I could also use it as a fan in my office. All right? Thanks for watching. Thanks to Jessica Whitman, Angie Verbeek with Muscatine Radiology. Thanks to Angie for sharing her story about being a breast cancer survivor and someone that has worked and helped women with their mammograms for over 24 years. We appreciate them very much, and they will be helping to paint the town pink. My wife is agreeing to get me to wear all pink on October 23rd. Perfect. All right. So I'll be happy to wear pink on October 23rd because I'm all about raising awareness and continuing the conversation with respects to breast cancer. It's something that we can all talk about because it affects 1 in 8 women. You heard this morning right here. Thanks to CBI Bank and Trust, Toyota Muscatine, and Team Staffing for their support. We'll leave you with another look. Oh, it's finished. He's done already? Are you kidding me? We've been, look at that. There's a completed red down arrow. Local artist, Santos Bueno. There's a car almost driving over it. Thank you for missing it. Santos Bueno getting after it, painting all the arrows in the parking lot to look like red. There he is right now. Santos Bueno. Who arted? Love it. Chris is going to go out there one more time with a car cam, give you a better look, and I'll say that we will see you tomorrow live at 8:30 right here on the Hy-Vee Today show with yours truly. Appreciate you watching. Thank you very much. And email those guest suggestions to me. Oh, I'm going to tell you this right now. We're going to talk to every single person running for school board in Muscatine. Our first guest next week, Mike Morgan, John DeBeats lined up. Every single school board candidate will be on this show talking about it. There's a lot of them. Reached out to almost every single one of them yesterday, making that happen because I want them to have a forum to talk to you so that you are informed when you go to vote. No agenda here, having them on for free, all about education. All right, we'll go to Chris and we'll get out of here. Thanks for watching. Take care, everybody. Goodbye.
For watching Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone.
Be very, very quiet. We're hunting rabbits.
We'll do it again tomorrow with more local guests from in and around the Muscatine community.
I'm trying to emote for the play that the alumni are putting on in Wilton this Friday, Saturday.
Questions, comments, know a great guest? Reach out to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone on Facebook or via email, hyveetoday@gmail.com.